When I read this passage, we'll finish our working on the Sermon on the Mount for the time being, on gates that are narrow and gates that are wide. The first thing that came to my mind after a few moments of reflection was my days at working at Busch Gardens. And there was a little device that we called a turnstile. Anybody know what a turnstile is? Really, really thin little rascal. And you know, it's got the bars on it. You have to go through it. And the whole purpose of the turnstile is so we can gather information about the number of people that have gone through that particular ride. And of course, my ride, most of you know, was the log flume. Well, over the years, as I think about it, it was always fun to see the turnstile. If you were thin, like most of these youngins up here, you could go to this turnstile and meet it head on. And you could walk right through it and whatever. However, I noticed as folks got a little bit older and a little bit wider, that it took much more manipulation to get through the turnstile. It was not this deal anymore. As I was watching folks coming in on the ride, it was kind of like a little bit like this, and shift a little bit like that, shift a little bit like that, until you could actually get the bar to roll over. And then if you really wanted to be neat, or if you were too busy trying to get the ride prepped up for the day, if you had forgotten to unlock the turnstile. That was always an interesting thing, because if you hit that puppy, you ain't going anywhere. It was always a And of course, there were the kids that tried. You would see folks try to jump over the turnstile. They were young enough they could do it. You would every now and then try to see people cutting in line or coming through the exit and jumping over the rail, of which we had this little special fun for them. But it was like, when you think about the narrow gate, I think of the turnstile because it is not big. It's thin. And you've got the best of your ability to get through it so you can ride the ride. Now, as Jesus talks about the narrow way that leads to life and the wide way that leads to destruction, he is talking about mercy, grace, and for Christians, accountability. One of the interesting things that continues to go on, has happened through the centuries, is how people try to interpret their own versions of Christianity based on their own feelings, and thinking all that I've got to have is Jesus and I'm in.